Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beings of all shapes, sizes, formats, and viewpoints. Yeah, everyone's welcome. How you doing tonight? It's been a long week. But the weekend is upon us. For me. I'm off Sunday, Mondays. I hope your week was good. Hope it was profitable. Hope it was productive. I hope it was peaceful for you. If it wasn't, or it was none of those things, my condolences. I hope the next week is better, and I hope your weekend is good. How you doing, Miss Ashante? Everyone from the shop, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Stay the fuck out of trouble. AFNB, I caught your stream afterwards. I apologize that I wasn't here. I was at work, and the evening was busy. Made our daily goals. Also, Airheads and Blackberry Starburst, I think, came across my desk today, and that was really nice. Everyone grab something to drink, something to snack on, something to smoke on. I've got purple Alaskan Thunderfuck, some coffee, and some delicious Wawa. And I think I have Blackberry Haze dabs tonight. If any of my personal friends are wondering, and you haven't already found out, my personal and professional Facebook account got nuked. Not really fucking happy about it. I don't know if I want to deal with it again, but I might have to, because a lot of you and I'm not really happy to report, but I kind of fucking depend on Messenger. So I might have to make a new account with everything, but it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. Whatever. I'll figure it the fuck out. The people that need to get a hold of me can get a hold of me. Maybe that's the better thing. Yeah. You can still reach me on Instagram though. I'm under Joshua Stocks. So if you want to find me on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm also on Threads as well. So if you really want to like chat or whatever, or say hi, those are still available. Don't spam me, please. But I will be posting stuff there from now on, from like posts and all that stuff. A lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck? This motherfucker just dropped off the face of the earth. Maybe. But again, if you're a meta user, you can probably find me if you fucking look for me. Although I may change my my name from my name to American Gnome Productions. But I don't know. We'll see. Not the best title for a song, but it's called The Sound of Aging. It's got a nice little beat to it. Pardon me. And hold on. Where's it at? There we go. So I have my little script up here for when we do the cold opens for the YouTubes. Which reminds me, I gotta do some office work tomorrow. Hey user, how you doing? Viewer, sorry about that. I watched Hackers earlier today, so I've got a couple different terms rolling around in my head right now. Since you are rolling in, I can do the standard greeting. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I'm Josh, your humble host, and it's my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl through YouTube, the briny depths and all the flotsam and jetsam that usually crawls across the algorithm. I go through all that muck and I bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror and sci-fi, and anything else really that I think is groovy. From topical pieces to lists, to weather events, or just random stuff. I hope you'll enjoy tonight's offerings. Content for the Blood God. On with the show. I was talking to how you doing, viewer? Nice to see you tonight. I was talking to Mr. Doss, and I was like, about 40K and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so if I'm gonna shop for one of the Chaos Gods, it would probably be Korn, because Zinj is too shifty. Slanesh is a little bit too icky for my taste. I can be pervy, but yeah, that's a little too much. And Grandfather Nurgle is kind of cool. No, it's not kind of. He is cool. Be honest with you. And like for me at least, he is the inevitable end. He's the only. Well, no. Korn and Nurgle are they're the ones that most make sense for me in the natural order. You know what I'm saying? Like not just humans, but everybody in the universe feels rage when they go into battle, or like whatever when it strikes them. And everybody, no matter who you are, unless you are an immortal star god, will succumb to entropy or violence. It will happen. So like Nurgle is. Hey, no, it's either Saturday night, Sunday night, or Monday night, and I figured you were on early. and I missed you. Left you a couple comments, and I figured I might as well strike while the iron's hot. And I was just opining to the audience that my preferred Chaos God is probably Khorne. I do like Nurgle because he represents the natural order, but no, I'm a Khorne Knight if I have to be honest. Endless battle, like my ancestors know about that shit. Take some mushrooms, roar at the sky, and launch yourself into battle half naked with a fucking broadsword or a battle axe or a fucking or a club or something. So yeah, Khorne it is. But we all know that the Emperor protects. Really. Because, there are a lot of things that the Chaos Gods throw at us, and they're really, really nasty, but that fucking Legion of the Damned. Oh, yes. Yes. And the Great Knights are fucking badass, too. Yeah, they're so, as much as, I, chafe at GW's business practices, they're right to be jealous guardians of their IP. It is a good one. And I love 40K. I love the lore. I don't really care about the tabletop aspect of it. I think it is cool, the models and okay, so it's not true. It's not that I don't care about the tabletop. It's just that style of game. I'm not really a strategy gamer. StarCraft and all that stuff was never my my specific jam. I'm more the active battlefield type person. Battlefield strategies like a while in motion. But the lore, I'll just come out and say it. I'm a lore whore. I love lore. I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me lore from any fucking where, and I will eat it alive. So when I first came across 40K lore, I was like, wow. And it can get real dense, and if you don't have a frame of reference, you're like, what the fuck is this? But anybody can fucking get behind Space Marines. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm very much a Diablo fan, but only 1 and 2. I was there I was running phone cord from a outlet in the hallway all the way out to our family's computer room, guerrilla style, in the dead of night to play Diablo back in the day. I loved that game. Diablo 2, one of the most formative fucking gaming experiences of my life, besides Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 2, and some other choice games down the line. But Diablo, yes, no, I'm a fan. I love the lore, at least up until 2. After 2, it kind of fucking turned into shit, really. With one caveat, I did enjoy the lore of the newest Diablo. Just everything else about the game completely fucking blows. I was in the game for a while. Me and my buddy, Mr. Doss, we played for a while, and we both dropped out at the fucking same time because we could see where the game was going, and it didn't look good. Oh yes, OG fan, abso-fucking-lutely. Into the fucking cathedral and downward we go. All the way to Diablo, man. That was a fucking hell of a fight. I loved that game so much. It just the soundtrack, and when you were in the in certain parts of the of the dungeons where you'd hear the goatmen off in the distance, and it was just generally part of the soundtrack. But those in the distance, like, and then when they actually turned into them, and you're like, oh man, fuck. And they all started fucking like running, oh my god, yeah, so good. I got like, it was most scary when you were still descending the cathedral. Like once you got into the caves and the and into hell, it was more surreal. But I definitely, oh man, Diablo 2, that's when it really turned into my favorite thing ever. Oh yeah, it tanks the fuck out after the main campaign. Like the main campaign, really nice story. Like you keep it rolling. Like you've got there's a lot of parts to it, and like the game can be kind of difficult, but it's really good through the campaign. It's just, man, if you want to play a game that is where Diablo should have gone, play Path of Exile. Hands down. It's free, and they're coming out with a new expansion, if not already soon. And they're coming out with Path of Exile 2 sometime this year. Or actually maybe next year. Sometime. Like, it's coming soon, though. Like, it's coming. That is where Diablo should have gone. And you can always go back and play the game. There are different leagues for it. And, like it's crazy. That's where, like, And they took things from Diablo, like, you know, they took cues from Diablo. Like, I don't understand why why Blizzard didn't return the favor. It still mystifies me to this day, the way that they do their game development. Hi, pretty girl. You wanna come up here? Come on. Come up. Or are you just being weird? Okay, she's just being weird. Yeah, no, it's free too, brother. Get it on Steam. You won't be disappointed. Like, it's even the campaign is broken up into like a first half and a second half, like where you do the campaign and then you come back around and everything is different and much harder. And more rewarding. Like everything has changed around. Like, you know, like there's still a general storyline that you're following, but the like the run through the game is different. Like, you know, like a lot of the people are in different places or doing different things, or, you know, like, I don't want to ruin it for you, but like it's a really good game. And I can't stress the fact that it's fucking free compared to what, like, no, I paid $100 for Diablo 4, and I'm still fucking giving them the fucking middle finger every time I see that logo. Come on. Go up in your spot. Mm-hmm. Give me your spot. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did great, girl. Oh, don't you be an ass. I'll kick you right the fuck out of the room. I don't owe you anything but fucking kibble. Come on, go up there. Make your decision. No, hell no. You're not gonna fucking growl at me like that and motherfucking sit. There you go. Take up real estate on my motherfucking desk and motherfucking growl at me. Meh. Oh, no worries. I was dealing with my cat anyway. One of my cats. No, it's not my cat. It's my cousin's cat. My cat's over there. I mean, yeah, I love you and I take care of you, but she's a spicy fucking jalapeno. So, before we devolve into some conversation for a little bit, I have 3 items for you. Well, 4, but the 4th item is called Pacific Drive. We started up the game the other night. It's fucking awesome. I'll play until I fall asleep, but it'll be like after we're the viewing portion of the stream. I have a Fallout fan film for you. Something from Tex Moon, the White Door Files Season 2 compilation, and AFNB, you should be fairly interested in this one. This one runs along the lines of A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. This is from Vintage 8, and it's a short film called In the Absence of Saints. This is... So the tagline reads, when Detective Abigail When Detective Abigail Ravencraft is blackmailed by her exiled brother Kane and forced to contend with her father's legacy of corrupt police work, she struggles to escape before she is molded into her father's image. There we go. I could probably get that trailer cadence down at some point. But yeah, it looks promising, and I've been wanting to check it out for a bit. But police procedurals, like, I really got to be in the mood for them. Like, sometimes I really do enjoy like like something like that. Like Seven is one of those things. Yeah, absolutely, sir. I figured you might like this one. Like Seven. That's one of my favorite police procedurals. Because, come on, man, Seven. Like, that shit was fucking dripping with fucking atmosphere. It's like, It's like The Matrix and The Lost City could have coexisted with this movie. Like they feel like they exist in the same brown world. You know, that green, gray, brown, rainy world. You know, sort of like Fallout 3. You know what I'm saying? Like this kind of world. They all exist in that fucking same kind of universe or world. So, like, it's just, I like when a good police procedural can pull me away from the fact that it is that. A lot of the reason, what's that? Law and Order, the original one. Like, the reason that worked so well was because, like, it was dripping in the same kind of, like, it was like the New York or whatever, like, kind of vibe, but it was all gritty and, like, you know, it felt real, and it felt grimy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that, like, it's Vintage 8, so I'm hoping it strikes that same nerve, because I want to enjoy the atmosphere. But that's going to be the one we're looking at. I almost lost the thread of what we were talking about a little while ago. Yes, heavy rain. Yep. I wish that I had gotten to play that game before I saw the playthrough online. But yes, that kind of storyline like is what really like that will pull me out of the fact that it's a police procedural. Yeah. Like I want to be so bound up in the suspense that like you're just trying to fucking catch your breath all the time. Like that's my favorite. That's why I cite 7 because that was very much like that. He wasn't necessarily a police officer, but like 8mm kind of had me like that too. Where it's all about trying to fucking get to the fucking heart of this absolutely awful fucking thing that went down. But yeah, Heavy Rain, especially with like he was losing, he had to like cut off his. Oh my god, man! Like, I saw Hostel, and I'm grateful that I saw it, but I don't ever want to see it again. It's like, who's that movie? Try to remember who was in it so that I can look it up, so I don't fucking struggle trying to remember what it's called. It's one of those hard to watch movies where you watch like it's the real ones that really get you. Heavy Rain's like that, like when you've got to make the worst decisions, or there was this movie and it had one of the Wayans brothers in it, and it also had, I think it was Jared Leto, and it also had the chick from A Beautiful Mind, and they were all friends, and they all get hooked on smack at the same time, and they all go down like their own spirals of drug, whatever. They all like go downhill, and that part where what's his name loses his arm to yes, Requiem for a Dream, bro. bro. That's like the first time you watched Kids. You know what I'm saying? Those are the movies. Those are movies that you have to fucking see. But damn, like somebody should never fucking have to experience Artax fucking like dying in the swamps of sorrow, or swamps of sadness. But you kind of think like everyone should. You should always experience that movie. Like same with Requiem for a Dream. Holy fucking hell. If not for the ending scene alone, which should traumatize everyone for all time. Good Lord. Another movie that I think everyone should see that would probably fuck everyone up is What Dreams May Come. And I'm shocked that it doesn't get more play. Because there are a lot of subjects in that movie that could probably help people deal with a number of topics that they struggle with. I mean, because it was all in there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're struggling with something, like there was some it was very convincing to me, because like I know a number of people that act just like that. It's worse in the movie. It's played up in the movie, but they still fucking break like that. Traumatic movies. What's a traumatic movie for you, sir? one of the traumatic movies for me was Thriller. Don't laugh. The werewolf scene, the transformation scene, that's what got me. I have an unhealthy fascination with werewolves because of it. And there's also another horror movie. Oh. So, back when I was a child, like I'm like you. I saw movies before I should have. One of them was the first Evil Dead. That kind of scarred me, but then I went back and wanted to see the second one, and then Army of Darkness was fucking great. The Fly. Yo, The Fly was fucking vicious. I'm so glad that I got to see Cronenberg's version. Like I've seen parts of the original, and I'm so glad that we got the remake. Right. Like body horror, like that's one of those, like Cronenberg, man. He's the master. I'm surprised you didn't mention him tonight, because Cronenberg, he's done some of the big things in our time. What was it? Naked Lunch. What's it? Oh, what the fuck? I just saw it a little while ago. Hold on. That's why we have phones. And I'm ashamed because I Nightbreed. There we go. Nightbreed. If you haven't seen that, well, I'm sure you have, but Nightbreed is one of those formative ones. Crimes of the Future. Cronenberg. Cronenberg. Let's see what his movies are. Movies. Oh yeah, that one pops up. That is. Is that Viggo Mortensen? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, Videodrome. A History of Violence. Such a fucking fantastic film. Oh yeah, Dead Ringers was a good film. Scanners. Existenz. Fuck yeah. I didn't know that was a Cronenberg film when I first saw it. It was really good. I like, that's fucking crazy. Naked Lunch. Yeah. Shivers. Dead Zone. Wow. There's some that I don't even know about. Are you serious? Cronenberg did fucking Jason X? What? Oh, Eastern Promises. That I forgot about. I didn't know there was a second one. Oh, it might not be out yet. I guess he's like producer on some of these, because he was in the Hulk. He was part of the Hulk in 2003. What the fuck? Crimes of the Future. What's that one about? Okay, Crimes of the Future. Humans adapt to a synthetic environment with new transformations and mutations. With, let's see. Let's go to IMDb and see what it is. Read all. With his partner, Caprice, Saul Tenser, celebrity performance artist, publicly showcases the metamorphosis of his organs in avant-garde performances. Ooh. So as the human species adapts to a synthetic environment, the body undergoes new transformations and mutations. From National Organ Registry. Which is use all right. Shed light on the next phase of human evolution. That sounds pretty cool. This song kind of fucking like jams my brain up. There we go. Every time. Yeah, he'll do that. Which one is super fucked up? Because that's Oh, it's already out. Okay. All right. So I will. I'll check out Crimes of the Future. I'll see. Yeah. I'll see if Miss Ashante wants to check it out. See what kind of stomach she's got. We usually check out horror, Korean gangster flicks and horror flicks when we're over there. She likes Haya. It's pretty good, actually. Infinity Pool. Let's check that out. Okay, so Infinity Pool. We'll have to check that one out too. It's got 87 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not bad. All right. Oh, yes. You mentioned Dark Star, sir? I could probably get you access to that film if you want it. But you would probably want to hit me up on Instagram or Threads. And I could probably send you a link. But yeah, like I already looked it up. I could get you Dark Star, and probably a number of other things. Yeah. Oh yes, I did watch your stream. Yes. why are you so amenable when you want to be, huh? Okay, okay. I'm gonna go stretch my legs. Are you down to watch a couple short films, sir? Because I've got some nice ones, and they're nothing's more than half an hour. I've got a Fallout flick, White Doors, and then the absence of the of Saints. So if you'll give me a minute, we'll jump right in. But I do want to go get some fresh air, clear out the laziness, and get some nicotine in me real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Sweet. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I told you it would be no more than 5. So, first up tonight, we're gonna look at a Fallout film, like in spirit of the new series that's coming out in April. Please, Lord, let it be good. Please. It should, but please. I mean, Walter Goggins is in it, so it should be good. Please, I need this. But in the spirit of that, I've definitely been getting into more Fallout films. I debated on which one I would do tonight because there's a couple of them that I really like. In fact, I have been thinking, and I'm probably going to redo a lot of recordings from my earliest days that have really bad quality, and I mean, like my mic audio is really bad, and levels are all over the place early on, mainly because I had nobody to check against until later on. But I'm going to be redoing some stuff. It will be denoted as such, like a lot of it won't have like first time watch or anything like that. But I'll be doing that while I'm on stream. Things like Channel 58, and some of the very early stuff from Vintage 8, because some of you have asked me to do some of the other stuff, Mr. Manticore, things like because I'm caught up for the most part, but a lot of you are understandably like, what the fuck is this? Where you're like, like this doesn't make sense or anything. Like, so we can go back and kind of fix that. But tonight we're going to check out Fallout. Fallout Gallows Humor. It's a 2019 fan film put together for under $2,000. Let's see what they did with $2,000. And actually, if you have the right set of tools and people around you, like you could really do that, especially if you know how to source materials very well. Let's do a dab beforehand. If you've got them, get them ready. If you've got a bowl to pack, go for it. A bong to pack, even better. But let's get ourselves to get prepared for. I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah. Let's do this. Oh, and sir, if you haven't, I would definitely check out Pacific Drive. It's a fun game. Oh, cool. Yeah. When we jump back into it tonight, I'm supposed to be jumping into an anomaly with my car. So that's going to be fucking cool. And we can see what else is fucking hiding in where the Pacific Northwest, the Olympic, what did they call it? The Olympic zone or something like that. It's all walled off behind a gigantic wall, which is really cool. And I like the scenery, especially when we came in, like before we crossed the wall into the anomaly. You could see the wall in the distance. The Olympic exclusion zone, and the Olympic exclusion zone. There we go. It's been a long ass day. I worked 11 hours today. And it was fucking snowing. Can you believe that? I mean, it's still February, so yes, I do. But like, it started snowing at some point this afternoon or this evening. And that was. I mean, I love snow, and I'm glad it didn't stick. But I had to fucking sit in the parking lot for a while to wait for my windshield to fucking defrost. I apologize if you can hear the torch going. Oh yeah, and you definitely fucking you have to take care of your car. You can upgrade it. It's fun. And I like that it's not completely dead. Like, you know, there are humans like there in the zone that you can talk to instead of being like Fallout 76, where in the beginning everything was fucking dead. Like, there wasn't a human soul in the entire fucking game, except for you. And the supposed other vault dwellers that come out of the vault. I do want to play some Fallout 76. Like, there's some new stuff coming. Oh, Fallout 4 is getting Fallout London coming in April. That's going to be fucking tight as shit, too. Yeah, man. Like, same kind of fucking bullshit. We're all, Ohio's on the water, right? You never know what the fuck you're going to get here. We're here in Virginia. Like, we generally don't get hurricanes or anything like that. But when the ice storms hit, fuck, man. Because the snow is never really bad, like, usually. But, like, if you combine that with anything fucking else, we're right in that sweet spot where we don't generally know how to deal with really bad weather, but sometimes we get it and we're never prepared. Either we oversalt and nothing happens, or we don't salt and, like, it snows, then freezes, then snows, and then freezes again. we get severe windstorms too. That's always fun. Been watching a lot of classic Cartoon Network and Adult Swim while I'm at work. I'm very tempted to get Big O. I really liked that show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. One second. Oh, that's good coffee. Okay, so let's kill. All right. This if you've been on the show before, this is for the cold open for the YouTube people. Allow your brains to disengage until I'm clear with it. So, here we go. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I am Josh, your humble host, and it's my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl the briny depths of YouTube so that I may bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror and sci-fi, and anything else that I think is groovy. I hope you'll enjoy tonight's offerings. Content for the Blood God. On with the show. Tonight, we have Fallout Gallows Humor. This is a fan film by Philip Southworthy Crash. I hope I'm saying that right. This is a short fan film that was put together for under $2,000. Let's check it out. Show them some love. Give them a sub and a like. Let's see what they did for $2,000. On with the show. Oh, sorry. Haha. Oh, fucking course it's fucking in it. Everything is in green. Okay. Filters. One second, guys. Because it's the chroma key. Don't want to fucking mess with it. Shit. Okay. So everything is in green. So you can kind of make it out in the background. It's Fallout Gallows Humor. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes YouTube does that. I don't know why. Number 76. Come play in the distance, it's a common sound. Nice. He found somebody's man cave. Mentats. Bandages. I hope he took the bobblehead.
Time to die, scavenger.
Chuck, shut up. Told you to stop doing that.
But I was made for comedy. It was just a little joke.
Well, nobody's laughing. Soon you'll be able to move on your own.
No luck finding the meds, eh? On to the next town, I guess.
Tell me a joke.
I love the way they keep talking about low-yield atomic bombs. That's the military version of being a little bit pregnant. Low-yield bomb, frankly.
Chuck?
Frankly.
Chuck?
Oh, that sucks.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yo, having a companion, any companion in the wasteland, it's very important. It's good for the morale. Oh.
Sounds like my wife.
Don't scare me like that. Alright. Tell me another one.
I went to a swingers party and a judge asked where my wife was. I said, Your Honor.
Uh-oh. We need that medicine.
A man kills a deer and takes it home for dinner. He and his wife decide not to tell the kids what kind of meat it is, but will let them guess. Of course, the kids want to know what the meat is. They ask Dad for a clue. Well, he says, it's what your mother calls me sometimes. The little girl screams, Don't eat it! It's an asshole!
Uh-oh. Ew.
Hey, Al?
Nobody likes coughing up ketchup.
Just why are you rebuilding me anyway? I can't really do anything for you. I can't protect you. I can't forage. I have limited sentience and a narrow range of emotional programming. And you've got more pressing matters. I got your back. Not that I have a choice.
Are you a traitor?
Hey there!
It's probably me in the apocalypse, right there.
Howdy. Wouldn't expect to see nobody out around these parts. You just come up from the city?
What? There's a city in the distance. Of course you would.
Name's Pete.
Well, not this
Been
distance, but
prospecting
the
up
other
in these
distance.
hills. Old pre-war bunker. Lots of goodies.
Nice.
Ooh-wee. That's a beaut. That thing work?
You're dead.
Partway.
That's not what your mother said.
Oh.
I'll give you 250 caps for it.
Sorry. Not selling him.
350. Now that's a good offer.
Sorry, partner. He's not for sale.
It's my buddy.
Well, it was worth a shot. You be careful out there.
You too.
Thank you.
Wonder what that fucking thing on his fucking back is. I think he had a cyborg leg or something.
A man speaks frantically into the phone. My wife is pregnant, and her contractions are only 2 minutes apart. Is this her first child? The doctor.
I really like the environment that they're in. Like it definitely feels New Vegas-y. And like the spirit is really there. This is good.
Doctor asks, "No, you idiot! This is her husband."
Oh shit. I wonder if it's that fucking traitor. Fucking yeah.
Don't worry about me, Al. You just keep on going.
Fuck that. Bro, you got a fucking pipe pistol? You got a... Oh, man. Brother. You are slacking. No, that wasn't a cyborg leg. That was a laser rifle.
Should have taken the money, partner.
If you like that, you should see my ventriloquist act. Knock, knock.
Shut up.
Come on, if you're gonna strip me for parts, give me one last send-off. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Me.
Yes. That was cool. You're lucky he fucking let you live, you fucking bastard. Oh, and it was a fucking robot leg.
Ooh, look at that. Thanks, Pete.
My leg. You took my leg.
You tried to fucking kill me, brother. Fuck
Was
you.
trying to buy you time to escape, you big dummy.
I know.
Nice.
That feels better.
Son of a bitch. You can't leave me out here.
Sorry.
Hey!
I mean, Karma's fucking like. I mean, that's the way. How you doing, new viewer? Karma be like that, man. Like, don't be a fucking bastard. No, I mean, like in the wasteland or in real life. Don't do it, man. Karma fucking comes right the fuck back. That was really good. Yeah. All right. So, that was Fallout Gallows humor. That was really good for fucking $2,000. I mean, especially if you can start out with a fucking banger of a location like that. Yeah, that's fucking cool. And like nothing felt wonky to me. Like everything looked as it should. I even liked the pipe pistol you had. That was it did go very hard, didn't it? Like that was fucking cool. Like dude had a pipe pistol. Like that's fucking authentic, man. Like that's a shit weapon you'd have in the wasteland if you were really fucking scrounging for parts, man, and especially if you were a tinkerer, or like a science man, you'd probably build your own weapons. It'd probably be easier that way. But I don't know why he would be. I'm glad he has a nice shiny new fucking laser rifle now. Let's be authentic and weird. Laser rifle. That was cool. Like, subscribe, and share, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Be safe, happy, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, that was good. Let's go ahead and give him a comment. Bravo. Yeah, that's all I need to find out, because anything else would just be. But let's see if any has anything else. Concept, composer, real, hammer of Hall of Fame, then the macabre. Might have to actually check that out later on. I might investigate. Next up is Tex Moon. This is another creator who has a really deep lore, and let's actually pardon me. I don't know why it does. Okay, there we go. So this guy. Yeah. When you look at the front page, you don't see a whole lot. But when you go here, It's all hell. And he has quite a bit. We've seen a couple of things from him. In fact, we watched the first one a while back. I'm fairly sure it's in my current lineup. I've linked to it a couple of times. But he's got a number of things. And a lot of it you need to kind of just start at the beginning and then go from there. It's very difficult sometimes to explain some of the lore in these universes without going into strange and unfamiliar places, or sitting down and just showing somebody and letting them process everything themselves. But tonight, we are going to be looking at, where is it at? Right, yeah. Go back to the beginning. Alright, yes. So we're taking a look at the Season 2 compilation. If you need context, Season 1 compilation is there. I would highly recommend it. But sometimes I like going in blind on something. Half the time when you are on YouTube and you click on a video, you're halfway into somebody's, season or, series or whatever anyway. So why not jump in the middle? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on into it. I don't really have too much of a schedule. I'm off tomorrow, so when I'm done, I'm done. I think this is the longest one. And if we really move along nicely, I might see about throwing up another Fallout fan film, because I am in that kind of mood. But on with the show. Okay. Per the usual, tune out if you've heard this already. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I am Josh, your humble host, and it is my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl the briny depths of YouTube so that I may bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror, and sci-fi, and anything else that I think is groovy. I hope you'll enjoy tonight's offerings. Content for the blood god. On with the show. Oh, and I love this fucking song. It's such a good song. Okay. Tonight, I have for you Tex Moon with White Dwarf Files Season 2 compilation. So, if you haven't already, go check out Season 1 compilation. I will link that at the end or at somewhere. I'll link it and get caught up. But yeah, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
The Lutanic Research Center has the opportunity to grow with its new techniques, ensuring the improvement of its future products, and you will soon be able to support our efforts. We are happy to announce that we're looking for volunteers to test our innovative solutions.
All you need to do is send the
Application. Our HR department will take care
of the rest.
Join our team today and check if you found yourself in the right place.
Man, he's already starting with the tricks. We are happy to announce the start of the testing period for Lutanic products. tester today. For participating in the research, we provide you special bonuses. Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck? May 26th, 1993. Archival records of Lutanix research on the red liquid. 2 days until elucid tests begin. Holy hell, that was hard to say. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Dear Lord. Here's your body horror, sir. What? What? This reminds me of The Stuff, but with the red stuff. D-Rain, Sildrich Waters, June 12th to 13th, 1993. That doesn't look good. Uh-oh. It's like a broke containment. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a fucking problem. Oh my gosh. Archives, IOAF Shard Project, NIJA, January 2nd, 1993. Millers Creek, Southern Bader County, O'Neal State. A group of 3 people behaving suspiciously were spotted at Millers Creek. The people were initially suspected of taking psychoactive substances, but no such substances were found in the suspect's blood. Half a kilometer from the group's arrest, 2 dead bodies of people allegedly belonging to the group of suspects were found. So somebody was Lusitanica or whatever has started experimenting with the red liquid, and apparently it broke fucking containment, and like now there's some things going on with some suspects, like there's a lot going on. These are interviews I think are coming up.
Well, will you tell me how it happened?
How many times do I have to repeat? I don't remember anything. All I remember is that it started with Tyler. He was interested in space. He kept saying something about a blind creature, or some other fuck knows what. He didn't sound normal, but then he called and started explaining that he found something strange. He insisted that we meet at Miller's Creek. I don't remember what happened next. I just don't remember.
I didn't want to come there. He claimed he wanted to show us the truth. God knows what he meant. I didn't think he would even be capable of such a shit. I trusted him. He claimed that... Take it easy. Give yourself time. I won't push you if it's too much. No. It's his obsession. It started when he found these old files, some pile of papers. Then he started reading about space. He said he wanted to open some door. He repeated something many times about how blind we are. We all thought he was just joking. But after that... Why? Why did he do such a thing? Why the fuck don't I remember anything? I hope you have a reasonable explanation for this.
They were blind. And so are you.
Well, would you like to explain me about your truth that you have found?
You didn't see what I have seen. I suppose you wouldn't even believe me like those pieces of shit.
Mr. Hudson, calm down and please tell me. Why did you do this?
Oh, it's simple. We got the science project to do, something with comets, planets, meteoroids, and such stuff. Then Matthew got pissed. End of the...
Please, tell me the truth, Tyler. I would be grateful for your cooperation. It will be better for all of us.
I saw it. Whiteness. Such full of void.
What do you mean by whiteness? Heaven? Death? Some kind of imaginary world?
It is not my imagination. I see it even brighter now. All of this. Wouldn't you like to see this? How wonderful it is.
What do you mean by that?
Your body. Ripped apart forever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And never lasting forever.
It is funny. Your human sense of reality. You do not see the obvious truth. The world beyond your ability to perceive. You cannot escape their wrath. They know what you did. They're already coming for you. But this world is not yours. You are not part of it. This world is part of my existence. You can still fix it. Just come here. Come closer. And look at me.
Wygląda inne wielne, wierzliwi nowe, mreśli synialne. Nagle spanie net sign, rosta ja alle, wiele beholpen.
Prototype fully prepared for the subspace filtration test. Power connection in 3, 2, 1.
So basically, they've broken into. And you have the right to know why. The white door leads directly to the so-called white realm, the structure of the world, hidden beyond our ability to understand reality. Observations so far have shown that this strange phenomenon works like an illusion, luring potential victims. It is like the light at the end of the tunnel. How to open the white door? Why would we want to? For your safety, it is best to stay away from them. If you see a human standing in the white door, do not come any closer. Do not call for him. Get away and hide as fast as possible. Sound logic. Benjamin's dead. A cell phone.
Hey, do you have time?
Yeah, not really. What is it?
Well, remember that guy?
May 11th, 1953. Ben is collecting... mute.
With documentation?
He'll get enough of that stuff, definitely. Now that we thought something was off. Now we can see that something is off. Okay. I can't read.
For Lieutenant?
Yes. And? What about
materials?
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's
Man,
dead.
what the fuck?
He's...
Uh-oh. State made a mistake. Uh-oh. Documentation dated October 20th, 1999. State Organization for Anomalous Figures. The posted and classified materials directly refer to the incident of October 20th, 1999, as well as the echo test, intended to check the connection between anomalies and radio waves.
Attention! Due to the increasing threat from Nephilim-type anomalies, we are informing you about the temporary exclusion of all radio wave sources in Gnome County. If possible, stay at home. If you experience any type of anomalous mental event, it is recommended to remain calm and cover all windows thoroughly. Any incidents related to the observation of Nephilim-type anomalies should be reported immediately to the nearest police station or fire brigade.
Listen to their rumbling sound.
Radio doing base observation. DSC, equipment inquiry. Understood. You've raised the station. Inform us of any suspicious activity. We'll try our best. Guys, we are pre-on the station's backup power supply. And we'll head to Earth. Understood. There are no signs of any anomalous activity. We can continue. Right. Southeast. Request permission to start. Give no consent. Unit 8, proceed. In contact US CS with the transmitter. Transmitter is ready. Wait for power supply. Wait. Can you see? I confirm, this is the right list result. Evan H. Virginia. Right. Everyone, we are withdrawing from the station and wait to fly nice. See, do you copy? What happened? I repeat, do you copy? See? See that? I perform animals instances of nothing by holding droids of the space. Put X, we go emergency. We go emergency. Report, support needed. Classic to describe. Where are the females then?
Alrighty. Have a good night, man. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. I love you, brother.
And we have nothing to fear from the anomaly that, let me emphasize, leveled 2 counties in the state of O'Ganil. It is obvious that it poses a huge threat to people. So I will ask you the same thing again. What would happen next?
The decision to stop taking action against anomaly attacks would probably be met with great outrage. But that's not the worst. The fact that people resist will only make things worse and delay the inevitable.
Could you please explain what you mean by inevitable?
Well, I won't fully understand this.
News, rotting colors, Saturday movie, evening, end of the program. Et mortuus es.
Have you ever wanted to plant your own trace? Now that's no problem. Lutanic Research Center presents Plant a Trace. With the help of modern techniques, it was possible to recreate the process of growing these fascinating and mysterious plants. It's extremely simple. All you need is a pot, water, and the trace seeds.
What the fuck?
Just remember not to touch the seeds with your bare hands. Wear rubber gloves for safety. Buy Plant a Trace today. Available in toy and gardening stores while stocks last.
What the fuck?
Henry, would you be so nice and go check the dog? He keeps barking at something. Henry? Henry, where are you? Henry?
Fuck, what the fuck? On May 19th, 1993, in northern Bader County, the bodies of a 26-year-old woman and a dog were found dead in a house. The suspect, Henry Milton, residing at the same address, disappeared shortly afterwards. An arrest warrant was sent for him. The victims were murdered with inhuman cruelty. A more detailed examination of the bodies showed that both had been in contact with an anomalous figure known as traces. Victim, Jane Milton, before the incident. Brace yourself. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Maybe now we're getting somewhere. What do you think, Tyler? You want to talk more about what happened that day?
I was in contact with someone who knew that it was going to happen. I didn't kill them. I don't fully remember, but he was there. Surely waiting.
And how do I know if you're not tricking me again?
It wouldn't help me.
Well then, who was that ghost in your story?
He knows you. And for sure you know him better than me.
Please don't talk in riddles to me. Tell me everything clearly.
You wanted to reveal the secrets of some company. Lutanic, was it? You and a few others.
How do you know about such a thing?
He told me that. As many other things, to make me believe his weird stuff. But in the end, it all seemed clear. He used you. And his time is running out.
Okay,
He knows
I don't know how you know about such stuff, but... Wait, what?
He's not human anymore. It used him to copy humans. But it'll never succeed. It is still blind.
Okay. I still have no proof that will make me believe any of this.
Henry. It was Henry.
That's enough for today. Now get out of here.
Holy shit. February 5th, 2019. The two teenagers went for a walk, eventually heading deep into the woods in eastern Bader County. Shortly thereafter, both were reported missing. They were most likely attacked by an anomalous figure of Type 3 Nephilim. Despite the organization's efforts, so far only a phone with a recording showed the night of their disappearance has been found.
Okay, so we decided to go for some kind of night walk, and I'm not really sure about this. There's some kind of gas station. Oh man. Yeah. I don't have any flashlight. Shit. Oh, okay. We got the flashlight.
We film now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so look, guys. This, you see that tree? That's my home. That's my home. And this, I don't fucking know what is this. This is my home. Oh. And this is my planet. Yes.
You know what?
And this is my my friend, very good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't stop here.
Don't stop.
Don't stop me.
Okay, so basically we just went for a walk.
Here.
Okay, someone is
Driving here.
driving. Oh man. Oh fucking shit now. Okay, that guy just scared shit out of me. What? Oh man. That's
kind of scary.
Yeah, it looks like you're coming in some kind of spatial distortion.
well, I'm not really sure we should go there.
Let's go.
You sure about that? I don't know. Well, we actually went to forest. It is 8 p.m. almost, and well, I definitely don't wanna Verse Moon. up there. But the camera is not seeing everything. Shit. I definitely don't like this place. Where's some road? Come on. Huh. I really hope you don't wanna murder me. Shit. What? Yeah. Just see the meat, so you won't be hurt enough.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck is this? See this? Shit, go! Run!
Run for your life, bitch!
Run faster! Ah! What?
Said listen to the rumbling. Newest discovery showed a manipulative effect between anomalies and radio waves. The Nephilim population has... Wait, what? What? Goes so fast. The Nephilim population has been extremely decreasing. Traces spreading has stopped. Headless sightings. 15620 cases rising. New anomaly has been found. The unnatural signal has been found after sending a probe to learn more about the moon. Our only natural satellite. The hallowing has begun. Uh-oh. Object H5 LRCD found human second phase of transformation. Preparing the
Now to our #1 trending story on CBSMiami.com.
It involves talk of alien sightings at Bayside Marketplace. More than 50 young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles also setting off fireworks, causing chaos.
So now people are posting online weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall, shadowy aliens. Conspiracy theories are saying a big creature could be seen standing in front of the entrance to the shopping area.
What the fuck? November 12, 2000. The unusual phenomenon continues to spread across the counties of Oganil State. At 4:57 a.m., a crisis response team was established, and the services of the International Organization for Anomalous Figures were notified. The red mist also appears to be spreading around bodies of water. So far, over 500 cases of infection have been recorded. This happened a few hours after unusual behavior of one of the Lutanic laboratory employees was observed. His body was found a week later in an advanced state of decomposition in the waters of Sildridge Lake. After a more detailed examination of the found body, the presence of the RM pathogen was found in it. Red mist. The RM pathogen is a product of a more widely known type of anomaly, stretch. The potential benefits of its use in medicine and the military industry were questioned by the vast majority of countries informed about Lutanic's activities. Despite general reservations, Lutanic continued its research. The state of Oganil has been... What is it? That's it. Hold on. What? The state of Oganil has been decontaminated. Oh, that's good.
A few days left.
That motherfucker trying to eat our moon?
This user of us. I get to know him too late. But soon he will cure them. All the children eventually shall see its power in the sky, its beautiful glory, its lack of wisdom, his uncontrollable way to survive. And now it's happening again. He won't let them go, even this older creature. We all get to live. Twice.
His reform has begun. Okay. Jeez. The oppressor thwarted Jeremy's will. Dead both. Both dead. What the fuck? What was that? it's so quick. He portrayed the... Oh, he portrayed the blind. Okay. You know, like, it would be nice to have some crib notes for these. Because I know that they're just battled with angels and there's just a lot going on. I'll probably have to watch that again off just to make sense of some of it. If you could, like, I understood some of it. Yeah, like, he's still doing his thing, still uncovering bits and pieces of the story that he's trying to tell. So we're just going to have to be patient. But I will link this one to the first season. Yeah, this one right here. So you can catch up. But yeah, comments down in down below. Like, subscribe, and share, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go smoke a cigarette real quick and get some fresh air, stretch my legs. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Creepy ass sounds outside. Fuck that shit. Mm-mm. Hope everybody's doing okay this evening. It was very cool. We had AFNB pictures in here, in chat. I always love having you in. I'd very much like to catch your streams when you do go live, but I'm usually working. But I might be able to tune in when I'm at work if I remember. I'm just going to have to check closely. All right. So we've got one more film before I see. We've already been on for 2 hours. What time is it? It's already 1:30. Do I want to play for a number of more hours, or do I want to do a couple more short films and then call it an evening? See how I feel after we watch this police procedural. But I am going to take a dab beforehand. Coming away. So the other evening we watched a thing on Skinwalkers here on the channel, and you know, everybody has their own, you know, like their own myths and legends, but the Native Americans are usually ones that I take the most serious. Those people, the Native Americans, and like some, I don't know, just there's some myths and legends that I put more stock in than others, and not saying that I want to give anything power, but you know, like the motherfuckers like creep me the fuck out, and the funny thing is like it's not just in Native American traditions where they have skinwalkers. Like we have them in European folklore too. There would be rituals where you would you would do certain things, and you would prepare a wolf pelt, like to wear around you, and it would turn you into a wolf or something of the sort. And it's very much like Native American. Like I don't want to say specifically because like I don't remember which one. I think it was Navajo, but I don't want to say. Like I don't know if that's even correct. But it's gonna be on my channel. We watched it in one of the last streams. Hold on. It is the Navajo. Yeah. So, the reason I preface my little story with all of this is I was outside smoking my cigarette, and we heard screechings, and I'm sure it's probably like a fox or something of the sort, but it always fucking gets that noise, especially when it vibrates around the air, and it sounds unearthly. It really fucking scares the shit out of me. And not only that, but one of my cat, Khaleesi, came sprinting around the corner, and she was gonna go hide underneath the shed, and then I was like, "Hey, you want to come in?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she rolled right in, and I snapped the door shut, and fuck it, I've got the door. I've got my door shut. Or to protect me. But yeah, so yeah, I was just a little creeped out. I mean, the guy on the documentary, on the video we watched, he said that you won't normally encounter skinwalkers outside of territory, because they draw power from the land, but I don't know, I hope that's true, because fuck some skinwalkers, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, Dad. Feeling really creeped out. And a lot of times these stories are allegories for things that can happen in the world around us. Where wild animals can drag people off, especially when they're alone, and packs of different types of animals will absolutely mimic other sounds to disorient and confuse prey when they're hunting them down. So, stories like this, definitely, it's creepy as fuck, but definitely a logical kind of story to be told to protect those in the tribe or the village or whatever, especially when you're out in the wilds. Okay, that's what I was grabbing my phone for. Excuse me, one second. Phone on charge here soon. It must be getting late. Yeah, I might save Pacific Drive for tomorrow. I don't know if I have enough gas in me, to do a bunch of gaming tonight, because I know once I get into it, it'll be like 2-3 hours of gaming, and I would rather end on a sensible note and get back into it tomorrow. So what we'll do is we'll watch this one, and then we'll watch another. We'll see if we can find another Fallout fan film or something like that. Yeah, I got more than, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got plenty of content. Still can't believe it fucking snowed for a bit tonight. That was cool. It's even better when it doesn't affect the streets. I love it when it doesn't affect the streets. Alright, we're about ready to start here in a minute. In or out, sweetheart? All right, ladies and gentlemen. On the planned docket tonight, we have one more. And to that end, as soon as I can get my wind back in me, in 1 second. Phone on charge. Nice. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I'm Josh, your humble host, and it is my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl the briny depths of YouTube so that I may bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror and sci-fi, and anything else that I think is groovy. I hope you enjoy tonight's offerings. Content for the blood god. On with the show. Tonight, I have In the Absence of Saints by Vintage 8. Let's boogie, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, that's a ripper of a song. That's Dance of the Gypsies by Hanu Dixit.
Pick it up, son. Put it through your head. Now pull the trigger.
Not today, Mama.
You're gonna be late for school.
I don't go to school anymore.
Then what do you do all day?
I'm a police officer, remember? Just like Dad.
Well, when did that happen?
A few years ago.
Where was I?
You were there. So was Dad and Kane.
That's good. Sometimes I feel like I've never been anywhere.
Neither do I.
You know, praying more doesn't usually hurry him up. I need you sharp tonight. David isn't going to like us slapping his wrists.
I can't keep doing this, Michael.
What are you, a child? You want to waste your time in church, go right ahead. That's your business. But what we do is necessary. Your father saw that. I see that. And you need to realize that.
They're drug dealers.
Look, we can't dispose of the trash baby girl, but at least we have a say in where we toss it. Deal with it. The last thing you want to do is end up like that bastard brother of yours. Do me a favor, Abby. Tell him. I'd rot in hell to know who killed your father.
You think that's what Dad would want?
It doesn't matter.
We're looking for Joey.
He's walking South Cherry. What you need from him?
We hear that Joey's selling the wrong type of merchandise. You might know something about that.
I know he ain't getting it from here. Hey, look, if Joey's pushing something new, he didn't tell me nothing about it.
What about your boss? He's keeping you in the dark too?
You know, it works better that way. Oh, come on. I'm not the only place fronting for David. I mean, I'm not vouching for them or nothing, but I'm telling you, this bar is run the way you told me to run it.
Good. Because it wouldn't be the same place without you. All right, look, hey, watch this. This punk bastard. This son of a bitch. He just fucking sold it to a kid. That motherfucker.
That motherfucker. Nah, I probably sound like that sometimes. That motherfucker.
Hey, come here. Get in. What's up? Show me what you're serving, Joey. What else? There is nothing else.
No.
What the fuck, Mike? You lie to me again, she's gonna shoot your fucking nose off.
Nobody lie to you. All right, man. Okay, look, it's a misunderstanding, okay?
In my hand. Put it in my hand. Crack's not allowed. You know that, Joey. Put him to sleep.
Oh. Damn.
Time to get up, Joey.
Hey, whoa. I mean, like, he hit that motherfucker a couple times in the back of the head with a hammer. God damn, brother.
What the hell is going on?
Take it.
That's, yeah, man. Fuck. Fuck.
Get this piece of shit out of my town, David. I want honest drugs for an honest town. You get me?
So we can deal coke, but not crack.
Exactly. Oh. By the way, you keep on fucking with our agreement, and I'm gonna start fucking with your business, and then I'm gonna fuck you.
In this usually where fucking cops get shot or or taken out, like like when they start making threats on the animals they get into bed with. If you start rocking the boat because you suddenly have a fucking conscience or something.
Hope you're hungry.
Grandma's like,
You still didn't answer my question.
I'm here for a little help, sis.
How much?
Abigail, go get my purse. How much you need, baby?
Not now, Mama.
I'll get it myself.
You got a little itch in your arm that needs scratching?
I'm a clean man, Abby. A clean man in need of a clean start. Besides, I don't want money. I want what's already mine.
Michael wouldn't let you come back.
ooh.
Of course he won't. But it still won't stop me from getting a piece of the pie.
And what's to keep me from calling him and telling him what you have in mind?
We both know you won't do that.
Here you go, baby.
Ugh. Can't stop Grandma from
Where you going? You're supposed to help family.
You're a heroin addict.
Sorry,
huh?
sweetheart.
And
That
the
shit's
least you
hard.
can
That
do is
shit's hard to
take
fucking
yourself
deal
out
with.
with some type of dignity.
Drop it, Kane. No!
Abigail, we tried to help this guy and you see how he repays us? Do you see?
Drop the gun, Dad, please. Kane, get out of here.
Did I ever tell you that he saved my life? A 2-bit meth head got the drop on me. I thought I was dead. But your dad came and took him out.
The Cage Street's a front. I won't help you again.
Oh, wow.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Useless piece of shit, what the fuck am I paying for? My man said he saw a cop, a fucking cop. Either your protection ain't worth a shit, or you and your boys are still trying to prove a point.
Hey man, if it were me, I'd tell you.
The fuck you say? I bet I start breaking hands, I'll get a different story.
Don't threaten me. Or I'll turn my undercovers honest and send this whole operation to hell. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut off your fucking arms.
David, we have several leads. Be patient and we'll sort it out.
Fine. But I suggest you get to it.
You used to be so afraid of a bike. Your daddy would put you on one and you just cry and cry.
I was afraid I'd fall.
Now your brother, he used to love to play in the mud. Your daddy'd be so mad he'd tan him good. I miss your daddy. He knew how to take care of me.
He took care of all of us.
I should have been the first one to go. I didn't want to have anybody's burden.
Let's just enjoy the day, Mama.
Okay, let's get this straight. None of you geniuses know anything, right? Right?
Right.
The people's fucking tax money at work at this table, let me tell you.
The whole thing is too clean. We should have noticed something or someone out of place. Frankly, it sounds like inside information.
Exactly. Those motherfuckers are long gone. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start checking around. I want you to check our drivers and then the way stations. And if that don't work, we start going door to door. Somebody's gotta know something.
Hmm.
Is there something you want to tell me, honey?
I need to get you medicine.
Why? You the one that looks sick.
I know, Mama.
Where do you go every morning?
Church, then work.
Oh, I used to enjoy going to church.
Then let's get you dressed.
It's really nice.
I take it he hasn't forgiven you yet.
What do you mean?
You know, I keep wondering, Abby, what is it that you've done that makes you come here morning after morning? Why didn't you tell me your brother was back in town?
Because it was family business.
Which makes it my business. Kane stole from me and your father. And he sent every dime of it up his arms. Then several years later he comes back and we get robbed? Hell of a coincidence, isn't it? Isn't it? You are so stupid. Move. Move. Come on.
Michael, I want to thank you for taking such good care of my little girl.
Oh no. Damn. Oh shit. Well, now you have a reason for revenge.
Drop the gun, Dad, please. Kane, get out of here.
Shouldn't have done that.
Leave before I change my mind.
Damn, he dies knowing that she killed her own dad.
So what are we gonna do now? I say we kill every last one of these motherfuckers.
I see now. Dad was right about everything.
Look, man, there's not enough guns in this town. I'm telling you, fuck Michael. I say we get out of this fucking clean.
I'm no longer your keeper, but I'm still my father's daughter. Everybody's going down on this one. We just need to make sure David goes first.
Nice. So, In the Absence of Saints by Vintage 8. Pretty darn good. And once I settled in, it was it was good. Let's look at some of the comments. Yeah, I did notice that it was in like a rather rough resolution, but it was still good. And this is interesting. 1055, that drawing on the toilet. Oh, yes. It's the eye from the sinkhole vid. Yeah, we're going to cover some of that. We're going to cover the sinkhole and some other things from earlier in the Vintage 8 timeline. Yeah, that was really good. Go on over to Vintage 8. I've said it before, but he has really good material for you to go to look at, and we will be looking at stuff, especially the sinkhole one, and then there's one later. If I'm thinking of the human trials. The human trials are some of my favorite stuff from Vintage 8. I might go back and cover it again, but I'm gonna have to look through my stuff and check the quality of it. If it's good quality, then I'll leave it up as is. But if not, then I'm gonna go back and re-record the human trial. That shit was really good. I liked a lot of his stuff before, but the human trial was probably my favorite. some of his favorite writing in my, not his best overall, but some of my favorite writing from him. Because especially how it turned out in the end, like it really tugged at my heartstrings, and like, like that's good material from, like if it makes me feel something emotional, like, it's like music, like, you know what I'm saying? And also, yeah, like A New Home for Mr. Barrington, that was creepy as fuck. There's a lot. There's a lot that we can look at. And again, some people have told me that they want me to go back and cover some of the early stuff from a couple of my favorite creators. Like we looked at the Williams tapes at some point as well. All right, and let's. Nope. Nope. We've already done that one. We were looking at. That's the one. Boop. There we go. So, I can recommend Fallout Nuka Break. I've seen it too many times. Like it still might be. Okay, so actually, it might be something worth covering with you guys because the guy behind Fallout Nuka Break is actually filming new stuff right now, and they met all their stretch goals on their GoFundMe or whatever. So they're in the process of making new stuff with Twig, and hopefully with some familiar faces. Hopefully, oh, excuse me. But it's definitely worth going and checking out. Fallout Lanius, if you want a focused piece on the I forget what he's called, like the Terror of the West or something like that. Or no, maybe Terror of the East. Yeah, the Terror of the East. It's really good. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's fairly old. Fallout Red Star is another really good movie from Wayside Digital. Same people for the new Nuka Break. Vault 45 is the one we just watched. So let's see, and we watched or not Vault 45. That's actually a really good one, but it's I've seen this one, but it is a good one. It's a one-man vault type thing. Maybe in a little while. The Wanderer is a prequel to Red Star, which is this guy. That's a really good one. This right here is what I was just talking about. Zach Finfrock is the guy that's Twig from Nuka Break. Go check it out. Let's see. Somebody put some music on. Let's start this over again. Actually, do you want to, this is like 7 months old, but do you want to see something? Oh God, I hope it comes, wait a minute. Fallout the Burn Man walks. And you know what? Let's check this out. We'll record it. Oh man. Okay, so I got some stuff to chop off. Let me go ahead and end that recording. So this says Fallout the Burn Man Walks by Burn Man Walks the Vault. And they've got a new project. Let's check this out. My interest has been piqued. So let me do the intro thing. Yeah, just in case it is still relevant. Well, you know what? Let's do some investigating first. My pretty girl. Fuck it, let's do it. Welcome back to the Gnome Show, everyone. I'm Josh, your humble host, and it is my duty, nay, my pleasure, to trawl the briny depths of YouTube so that I may bring you the shinies. I cover short films of varying genres, video games, analog horror and sci-fi, and anything else that I think is cool. Hope you'll enjoy tonight's offerings, content for the Blood God. Tonight, we're taking a look at, the title is Fallout the Burn Man Walks, the Vault. It's about 7 months old, but it's by Fallout Lanius, which did this right here. And that was a pretty good short film. And this image right here has piqued my interest quite a bit. I'm not a fan of the Legion. But New Vegas lore, I'm definitely a big fan of. So, let's go and check it out. Like, if it's something that, let's just go check it out. I'm interested. So, once more, onto the breach.
United under a blood-red sun. Before the Battle of Hoover Dam, before even the forming of Caesar's Legion, two men had a vision for a new world created with blood and glory. One flag, one purpose. Tribes united under a blood-red sun, who knew the horror they would inflict, who knew the true cost of peace in a land of endless war.
These people are going to kill us.
It's looking increasingly likely.
Joshua Graham and Edward Sallow looked down into the valley.
Oh, wow.
They'd been captives of the Blackfoot since they had hiked into the Grand Canyon weeks before. Now, their time was up. The desert wind sent gusts into the valley beneath them, and deep below they could just make out the shape carved into the cliff face. A vault. Blackfoot warriors surrounded Edward and Joshua on all sides. Their companion, Bill Calhoun, was back at the Blackfoot camp, seeing to a group of Blackfoot children that had come down with a skin disease. Unlike Joshua and Edward, Bill was useful Joshua and Edward were 2 more mouths to feed. No one was going to pay their ransom, and why should they? How many other interlopers had come out here only to die in the desert with the rest of the critters?
Are you sure there are guns in that vault?
That's what the manifest said.
And if they're wrong?
Edward didn't respond. He kept looking down into the valley and back at their captors. They were gaunt and ragged. Their weapons were poorly maintained and ramshod. Their chieftain, a tall man with a mask covered with cactus flowers and bright yellow paint, wheezed in between wet gasps. The chieftain pointed down into the valley and nodded. Another warrior pushed the 2 men down a steep trail. They switchbacked down into the valley. As the group moved down toward the vault, the sun followed them, casting long shadows and warm orange light between the rocky outcrops. Joshua was counting the amount of men around them in his head, wondering if they could outrun them. He could, but not Edward. Edward was smart, but slow. And even if he did make it to safety, they'd torture Edward to death in response to Joshua's escape. Such was the way of things in this desolate place. The vault door was coming into view now, and the group stopped just outside its huge looming visage. Edward turned toward Joshua and sneered.
Tell them that when we come out of here, we will give them the power to destroy their enemies, that they will be the most powerful of the Arizona 8. No one will stand in their way. More land, more slaves, more sky.
Joshua dutifully translated this into the Blackfoot tongue, and the chieftain laughed in his gruesome, wet-sounding way. When he stopped laughing, he spoke to Joshua a while and laughed again. The wet, sickly sound hissing out from behind his bizarre mask.
What did he say?
He said that if we return to them with nothing, they're going to take our eyes and then lock us back inside the vault for eternity.
Holy
then we
shit,
truly
that's
understand
brutal.
what it is to be blind men searching for answers in the dark.
Edward smiled a cruel smile. He looked the chieftain dead in the eye. Edward looked like he was whispering something under his breath, but Joshua couldn't make it out. He just kept smiling that cruel, hateful smile. And with that, the 2 men began to walk into the mouth of the vault. They had no food, no weapons, and enough water for a day. If that. Greater legends have been birthed with less.
Yeah, no shit.
Joshua and Edward slowly walked into the entryway of the vault. There was a large welcoming area enclosed with railings and covered in age-old dust. Edward couldn't help but notice the piles of bones scattered around the dirt-choked floor. In the center of the space was a console, connected to a huge cog-shaped door. Edward dug in his robes and pulled out a patchwork of circuits and cabling.
It's a vault key. I broke apart one of those stupid Pip-Boy things. This is probably the only worthwhile part of it.
Joshua nodded wordlessly, and Edward got to work connecting the cables to the console.
Will there be any power?
Not through most of the vault, but there should be enough reserve juice in the emergency systems.
A loud buzzer sounded, followed by flashing lights through the entryway. There was a tremendous cranking and groan as the vault doors begun to lift. As the doors hit the ceiling of the vault, a gust of putrid air blew over Joshua and Edward, causing both of them to cover their mouths.
God, did you smell?
Oh. Oh. Sorry, she does this from time to time.
Systems.
A loud buzzer sounded, followed by flashing lights through the entryway. There was a tremendous cranking and groan as the vault doors begun to lift. As the doors hit the ceiling of the vault, a gust of putrid air blew over Joshua and Edward, causing both of them to cover their mouths.
God, did you smell that?
Yes, it stunk like rotting corpses.
Hi, baby.
Edward and Joshua shared a final look before crossing the threshold and entering the vault proper. Neither of them looked behind them, as going backward was as much a death sentence as going forward. The first thing they could see was the smashed glass windows of what remained of the security booth. Something or someone has smashed their way through the place, and large pieces of jagged glass littered the vault floor. Everywhere was the copper tang of dried blood, and black smears of it could be seen over everything.
This is old blood.
Edward sniffed the air and moved closer into the security booth. He stopped and his eyes grew. Joshua followed them. Sitting on the floor of the booth was half a man.
Holy shit.
Half a ghoul. The wretched thing's legs were strips of dried flesh, the femur and tibia bones long gone.
Good God.
The ghoul looked up with black eyes at them, and the corners of its mouth turned.
Either of you got a cigarette?
Both men reared back.
Wow.
Go to the store, but, well, you know.
The ghoul motioned with a leathery hand at what remained of his legs.
How did you survive?
Bad luck, bad timing, and a pack of ferals who get bored easily. Name's Hatchet.
I didn't ask your name.
Joshua shot Edward an exhausted look. The ghoul smiled and shrugged.
My name is Joshua. This is Edward. Do you know much about this vault?
The ghoul shifted on the floor of the booth and sighed.
Sure do. I've lived here for years, found the place way back, lived here with the ferals all that time, but...
The ghoul's eyes got a faraway look for a moment.
Something changed in them, made them turn, even on me. Wasted my legs, my spine is shot too. To this day, I can't figure it out. Do you know the damnedest thing about it?
Edward was impatient.
What?
Hatchet motioned to a pile of junk to his side. It contained odds and ends from around the vault. Stacked on top of it all was a teddy bear, one of its black button eyes missing.
They keep bringing me gifts. Like to say sorry?
Hatchet shook his head and laughed low in his throat.
What about the vault? Is there a stockpile of guns here?
Yes and no. This used to be a National Guard outpost, way before everything fell apart. There was 3 inner vaults full of guns. 2 of them are empty now, and the third, well, you're not gonna like this part.
Joshua and Edward shared a hesitant look. Hatchet continued.
The only inner vault worth a damn is off the main atrium, right where the majority of the ferals live, if you call it that.
What's inside it?
Same thing as was in the others. Boxes and boxes of R91 assault rifles, ammo and more grenades that you'll ever need. But even if you clear the ferals, you'll need to open it. I can help with that.
How?
Hatchet shifted as best as he could and pulled up a key card. Edward went to reach for it.
Not so fast. We gotta make a deal.
Even though he couldn't hear it, Joshua imagined the sound Edward's teeth must have been making as they ground in his jaw.
What do you want?
I want you to kill every last feral here. Give him peace, and then kill me.
Edward smirked. Joshua's voice softened.
Are you sure?
Look at me. I can't do it myself. Long ago, I was a praying man. Some part of that still exists. You gotta do it. Agree, and I'll give you the key.
Joshua nodded.
I'll do it. You have my word.
Hatchet reached up a wretched hand and Joshua shook it whilst Edward watched on.
Right. Well, let's get you on your way.
Wow.
Edward and Joshua moved as quietly as they could down the dim hallways of the vault. Every sound felt like an avalanche in that hollow metal tomb. The emergency lighting cast long shadows over the prefabricated walls, and whatever signage that was still legible was caked with dust and grime. They had traveled for a while until they found what Hatchet had told them to seek, a small section of personal quarters furthest away from where the majority of the feral ghouls would be.
This must be it.
Yep.
Edward counted the rooms silently from left to right, stopping at the third.
Here.
They stepped into the quarters. What remained was destroyed or trashed. The remnants of a bed, splintered in the corner of the room. Paintings and personal affects were streaked with ancient blood and strewn about. Edward began to clear away the smashed bed, and then he smiled. He reached into his robes and removed Hatchet's key card. Under the debris of the bed was a small floor vault. The keycard opened the electronic lock with a clack, and Edward began to remove the vault's contents. Joshua leaned forward and picked up one of the pistols. It was a .45 ACP automatic. He smiled.
This will work.
Edward and Joshua snuck along an upper atrium walkway, being careful to not make a noise. As they got closer, the sound of the ferals became louder. Edward nodded down below and they stopped. From their vantage point, they could see the two opened inner vaults, and right next to that, the closed vault full of guns. Only a few feet from that was a whole host of feral ghouls.
Oh my
They
God,
milled
look
around a
at all
huge
that
pile of decomposing corpses. Human beings, animals, and the remains of huge two-head Brahmin littered the vault floor. The stench was incredible. Edward motioned to Joshua to get closer, and he nodded in agreement.
Grenades.
They were now at the railing directly over the ferals. As they got closer, they couldn't help but notice the red hue in the feral skin. It was as if they were exposed to some kind of toxic or chemical. Some of the ferals stiffened and sniffed at the air, and Joshua and Edward froze, hoping the stench of their rotting corpses would mask their scent in that place. After a few moments, the group settled and continued to either sleep, eat, or fight amongst themselves. Edward led Joshua away from the railing, back into a nearby stairwell where they could speak.
What are your thoughts?
I can lead them away, if you can open the vault.
Then what?
You open anything you find, and God willing, I circle back to you. We then fight for our lives.
Later, Joshua silently made his way down the stairwell, close to where the majority of the ferals were. He had one of the 45s in hand as he descended. Rounding the corner of the floor of the atrium, he stopped. He realized there was even more of them than they had originally thought. He said a silent prayer and pointed the pistol at the closest feral and blew its head apart. Chaos. Joshua turned and ran deeper into the vault.
Throwing a grenade,
and
man.
the vault exploded behind him with horrific croaks and howls as the ferals came after him. Nearby, Edward was climbing down from the walkway and inching toward the locked vault. He too had one of the pistols, but he knew he wouldn't be much of a shot when the time came. He swiped the security console alongside the vault door with Hatchet's keycard and held his breath. Joshua had nearly led the horde all the way back to the security entrance, and he could feel his breath coming in short, ragged gasps. Just as he nearly hit the section with the security booth, he banked hard left and started to bring them back toward the atrium. There was a grinding, clanking sound, and the small inner vault door started to open. Edward smiled, but his smile turned to a look of terror as a lone feral lunged at him from within the vault. Edward cried out, stood back, and shot the thing in the head at point-blank range. Joshua was running on empty as he led them back to the upper floor of the atrium. He had one shot at this. Tucking the pistol into his belt, he leapt onto the walkway railing and began to climb to the atrium floor below. He could hear the bodies of the ferals as they leapt over him, smashing into the vault floor.
Get inside, now.
Joshua had made it to the atrium floor, and he raced under the smaller vault door as Edward began to close it from inside. What ferals didn't die coming over the railings were now screeching as they closed in on the slowly shutting door. Edward and Joshua began to fire their pistols, dropping ferals as they closed in. Finally, the door shut with a deep, sickening thud. Joshua's breathing was heavy.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Even Edward couldn't resist a relieved smile in the dim light of the vault. Outside the vault door, the remaining ferals howled and scratched at the steel between them and Joshua and Edward. From time to time, one of them would throw themselves against it, hammering so hard bones would break. Joshua and Edward listened and began to plan. It was just as Hatchet had said. What remained in this small storage vault were boxes and boxes of ammo, rifles, and grenades. Joshua began to break open the boxes, working the bolts on each rifle and throwing any that didn't work into a pile on the floor. He carefully opened the boxes of grenades and placed them at the back of the small vault, as far from anything as possible. Finally, he opened up the boxes of ammunition and began to load rifle magazines. The majority of them worked, a miracle amongst miracles.
How are we looking?
Good. Really good. The majority of the rifles and their ammunition seem to look okay, as do the grenades. However, we won't know for sure until we open that vault door.
Edward took a strip of cloth from the dead feral and wrapped it around his head, making a stinking makeshift set of earmuffs. Joshua did the same. They then each took turns firing a single round into the corpse of the feral. Each and every time, the rifles fired. An hour later, they had an assortment of loaded rifles at the ready along a barricade of ammo boxes. To each of their sides, loaded magazines sat at the ready. Still, the ferals screamed and clawed at the door of the vault, hurling themselves against it until they could no longer move. And even then, another would take up its turn, bashing its rotting body against the steel.
We open the door with them this riled up, and it won't matter how much ammo we have.
Joshua could see Edward grimace in the dim light of the vault. He sighed and began to rummage in a small pack they had brought with them. He threw Joshua a sack of piñon nuts.
Then we wait.
Joshua nodded and began to eat, sitting back along a stack of rifle boxes. Edward sat as well, drinking from an old water pouch.
When we get out of here, there has to be a better way. I've finished with following, finished with digging through the ashes and reflecting. It's time for something new.
Joshua chewed a handful of nuts.
Like what?
One flag, one purpose, and no more squabbling tribes, no more greedy plutocrats. A new legion for a new age.
Joshua smiled. He liked the idea.
How?
Edward motioned to the rifles.
You're looking at the start of it, tribe by tribe, village by village.
It takes a lot of resolve to change the world. My savior knew that. I know that.
We'll have to do things and make decisions neither of us have ever dreamed of. Decisions that your savior will never forgive you for, but he would understand.
There is a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Proverbs 14:12.
Now Edward was nodding. Joshua studied the ceiling of the small vault they were trapped in.
I've seen a great deal of this part of the world and always wanted things to be better. Always wished that peaceful people could live in peace. But each and every time I've been proven wrong. Cruelty always comes home.
It doesn't have to be that way forever. No more chaos. No more peaceful people living in fear. One flag, one legion. And every person who lives under that flag will finally be home.
Joshua thought on what Edward said for a long time. Finally, he reached out his hand.
I'm with you.
Edward took Joshua's hand and shook it. For the next few hours, they waited. And over time, the ferals began to tire. Finally, the thumping stopped altogether, and the men used this time to fitfully sleep. If either of them dreamed, we'll never know. Edward awoke when Joshua gently shook him.
It's time.
Joshua and Edward checked and double-checked the rifles, making sure even the pistols were ready if it came to that. In the rush to secure the vault, they could never be sure just how many ferals were on the side of that door. They had loaded rifles ready along their ammo box barricade, and they were planning to cut the ferals down, as if they were firing muskets in a firing line. The next part would be the hard part. They had discussed this a good while, and they knew their only chance at not being overrun was to ensure the door would only open halfway. Edward had jerry-rigged the keycard console, hoping against hope the vault door would not fully open. They each took a final drink of water and positioned themselves. Joshua gave Edward the signal, and Edward stepped forward and ran the card through the slot. The door groaned and clanked and began to open. Edward joined Joshua back behind their barricade, their rifles now aimed at the slowly opening vault door. Already they could hear the ferals either awakening or noticing the door. A horrific chorus of screams filled the vault as the ferals began to scramble under the opening vault door. Joshua and Edward started to fire, collapsing the ferals before they could even get into the small inner vault. The rifles kicked and bucked and blew the ferals apart. The door had stopped halfway, and Edward smiled. Then, with a loud groan, the door continued to open.
Christ in heaven.
Edward sneered.
Jesus.
The door was nearly fully open, and Joshua and Edward fired the rifles over and over. The smell of cordite became acrid in that enclosed space. They didn't even stop to reload, dropping spent rifles and picking up loaded rifles and firing them again until they, too, were empty. Time and time again, they would kill a wave of ferals, and another wave would scramble into the small vault, cackling and hissing until the rifles blew their heads off. At one point, a pair of ferals were on Joshua as his rifle emptied, and he turned and shot them both in the face as they lunged at him with his pistol. Edward's eyes were wide, and his brow soaked with sweat as he fired round after round into the horde. He could see ferals climbing over their dead, their rotting legs slipping in the black blood and shell casings. He'd empty his rifle into those
really
standing,
fucking good.
and if he had time, he'd reload and shoot any that were quivering on the vault floor. Both men were breathing heavy and were soaked with sweat as they scanned targets and fired and fired and fired. And then, as fast as it had begun, it stopped. They were all dead. Edward was puffing hard as he reloaded one of the rifles and swept it over the mouth of the open inner vault.
Is that all of them?
Joshua spat dryly and wiped his brow.
I believe so.
The two men slowly exited the inner vault, watching the myriad of doorways that led into the atrium floor. Nothing moved.
There's
The
probably
inner
a
vault they
couple
were
left
holed up in
wandering,
was slit with blood,
like
and
farther
a cloud
out.
of cordite hung heavy in the air. They began to relax, and Edward managed a strained smile.
Easy.
Joshua laughed. After their nerves had settled, they got to work stacking the rifles and ammo boxes in the center of the vault's atrium. They cleaned everything down as best they could, making sure to leave any of the faulty, jammed rifles behind. Edward took notes of everything in a small book he kept hidden in his robes. As if he was calculating something, Joshua retrieved the grenades he'd stashed in the back of the inner vault and closed the box up tight.
These we should leave with last. Who knows what condition they're in?
I agree, but let's not leave yet. There could be more here.
There could be more ferals, too.
Edward thought on this and shook his head.
No, they're all dead. We saw to that.
With that, Edward took up one of the rifles and his small pack and began walking further into the vault. All Joshua could do was sigh and follow. 30 minutes later, they had come to the overseer's office. The room was high in the back end of the vault, with a small oval window looking out into the atrium below. In the center of the room was a computer console, with a small ensuite and personal quarters nearby. Edward dropped his pack down and began to look around. Unlike the rest of the vault, this space wasn't in too bad a condition. It was as if the ferals had blockaded anyone ever coming too far into the vault and left this section basically untouched.
What could we possibly need here?
Edward drifted between the overseer's personal suite and the office itself.
What kind of man worked here? Ran this place?
Joshua studied the office again. Paneled walls, no art. Despite everything being coated with dust, it felt sterile and devoid of humanity.
A bureaucrat.
Edward smiled. He fired up the ancient computer console, which sluggishly came to life under the dim current of the emergency power. He began to pound away at the keyboard.
A bureaucrat who wanted to hide something.
Edward hit a series of keys, and a doorway began to open beneath the desk. Joshua drew his pistol and watched as a stairway descended below them. He didn't have a moment to protest before Edward had stepped down into the gloom. Beneath the overseer's office was a small lab. Harsh fluorescent light flooded the space, and the men squinted as their eyes adjusted. At the far end of the lab were the remains of something in a cage. For all intents and purposes, it was a red, rotting corpse. Joshua and Edward stared at the red thing. Its teeth were fanged and crusted with ancient black blood.
A ghoul?
Edward shrugged.
A mutant of some sort. This thing sent the ferals here crazy. Well, crazier.
Radiation did this?
Radiation. And something else.
Edward looked up at the vials and canisters that filled a shelf over where the corpse of the mutant was caged. He looked back over at Joshua.
This is the old world? Old world crimes against man and nature?
Looks like something to do with the red mist, maybe.
Do you understand?
Joshua nodded.
I do.
Edward cast his eyes around the lab.
All this knowledge, and for what? Men living and dying in cages like animals? No future? No hope.
He turned
Joshua
into the
was
same
listening
thing.
to Edward, but he couldn't keep his eyes off the thing in the cage. He could see a network of ducts that must have passed gas into the cage. He shook his head.
These places weren't refuges. They were tombs.
They climbed out of the lab and were about to leave when Edward stopped Joshua. He disappeared for a moment into the overseer's private quarters and returned, placing something into his pack.
What did you find?
You'll see when we're back at the village.
Edward grinned. As they left, Edward closed up the secret lab under the overseer's desk. Joshua then smashed the console. If there was another way into that lab, it was lost now.
Good.
They passed back through the atrium, each taking the end of a box of rifles. It wasn't long until they were back in the security area, back with where Hatchet laid in the booth, his wide dark eyes and smile greeting them.
I heard the ruckus. Figured you boys either got it done or you got dead. Glad it was the former.
They laid the box down, and Joshua stepped forward. Joshua smiled.
It was close.
I don't doubt it. There was a lot of them, wasn't there?
More than you let on.
Hatchet smiled and shrugged.
It's a big vault. Get a good look at them? That nasty red skin?
Something was wrong with them. A chemical, an experiment. Made them worse.
Now Hatchet was nodding.
Figures. Thought this place was more than just a National Guard vault.
Hatchet took in a long, deep breath.
You ready to make good on your word?
That's why there are so many guns here.
Joshua drew his pistol.
I am.
Joshua pointed the pistol at Hatchet's head. He spoke so only he and Hatchet could hear.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
The shot was loud in that empty and lonely place. They weren't surprised no one greeted them as they left the vault. The Blackfoot thought them as good as dead the moment they entered. It took them a day to make it back to the Blackfoot village. What water they had was gone by the time they arrived, and even carrying the one box of rifles was enough to exhaust them. Nonetheless, Edward was beaming as they saw the village come into view, and the Blackfoot warriors laughed and hollering as they neared. Joshua and Edward had spoken at length at what would come next. It didn't take long for the majority of the village to greet them, led by the chieftain in his ornate and ridiculous mask. Joshua and Edward laid the box of rifles down, panting from the heat.
Here, what I promised.
Edward pointed back behind them.
There's more back there, more than you'll ever need.
Edward nodded at Joshua, and he translated to the chieftain. The villagers watched the conversation, and something like electricity moved through them. Edward and Joshua were exhausted, but they were also exhilarated. Joshua's voice was clear and strong as he explained what they had achieved. Edward watched the Blackfoot as they stared at the box of weapons and then back to Joshua. They looked afraid, but they also looked intrigued. The chieftain responded to Joshua for a while, and then Joshua turned back to him.
He says he accepts our gift and that we are free to go.
Edward smiled.
Is that all?
Joshua nodded. Edward knelt before the chieftain. As he did so, he gently placed his hand inside the pack he had carried all the way back to the village.
Tell him, I have one last gift.
Joshua translated. The chieftain moved closer and extended his hand, laughing that wet laugh under his mask.
The other day when you said you'd take our eyes if we returned here empty-handed, I said something to you, but you may not have heard me.
Joshua eyed the warriors either side of the chieftain and translated, standing tall, his hands by his side.
Do you know what I said to you?
The chieftain leaned in close, listening to Joshua translate.
I said I was going to kill you and take everything.
In a flash, Edward had the power fist out of the pack, and he hit the chieftain so hard in the face, the mask split open and blood splattered into the dust.
Wow.
Joshua stepped back and shot each warrior either side of the chieftain dead, and then madly began speaking in Blackfoot. The villagers and remaining warriors were shocked. The chieftain was spitting blood and teeth, his mask shattered. He was crawling on all fours as Edward stood over him. Edward primed the power fist and smiled.
I'll make your people mine. I'll do everything you failed to do. No one will even know your name, but they will remember mine for eternity.
Edward brought the power fist onto the chieftain's head. There was a horrific squish as his skull cracked.
Ew.
In the background, Joshua was explaining the new way of things to the Blackfoot. They watched on in horror, but they understood. Their chieftain was weak, and Edward was strong. As they came to understand, the villagers began to kneel. Women, children, and warriors alike knelt before Joshua and Edward as their chieftain lay dying. The chieftain was now coughing blood through the mask, and his eyes were bloodshot and wild. Edward raised the power fist one last time.
I am the son of Mars, and you are nothing.
Edward brought the fist down into the chieftain's head, crushing it.
Ew. Hell yeah. That was super cool. So, I'm assuming it was the animatic for the film that they proposed making. That would be cool. I would definitely like to see the ghoul fight. Let's go on over their page real quick. Wow, they actually have some. Let's go to the. Okay, so tomorrow, when I hop back on the stream, we will look at some of this. We'll look at we'll look at all of this. Yeah. Yeah, go check out Fallout Lanius. Yeah. Sound off in the comments what you thought about the animatic. I thought it was brilliant. I fuck the Legion, but a good story is a good story. Like, subscribe, and share, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Yeah. I believe that's it for tonight. I've been on for 3.5 hours. I'm tired. I've already done an 11-hour day. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or, I'll see you guys later today, sometime in the mid to late afternoon, Sunday, later today. Sleep well.